never bet against Terence Crawford, man. And I never will. Win, lose, or draw. I'm going to always bet on my boy Terence Crawford. You know the reason why I'll never go against Crawford? Doesn't matter who he fights. I don't care if he fight a heavyweight. The reason why is because I firmly believe that Terence Crawford is a different breed. I believe he has a special talent where he's able to understand if he moves up in weight, he has the ability to understand who he feels he can beat, and he has it in his heart that he'll beat these dudes. Like if he was to go up and wanted to fight a Joshua, that's a tall order. When it comes to boxing, as far as boxing is concerned, but there's been many times when great little men have beaten great big men. I'm sure growing up you've seen smaller dudes beat up bigger dudes. We've been there. So that's just one of the reasons. But the main reason is because every time he steps in that ring, man, he ain't losing, bro. And he never let me down yet. He hasn't let me down, and I don't think he'll ever let me down. The only time I think Butter let me down is when he retires. Before he fought Errol Spence, I studied a lot of his video, and even before I knew Bo McInerney was studying them, I said, look, I'm pretty sure that they got Errol already figured out, But I'll be real, man. I gave Errol a lot of credit because I said, man, that's going to be a good fight. And I didn't think it was going to be that easy for Terence Crawford, bro. I'm going to be real with y'all, man. And I thought it was going to be much more competitive. And I was wrong. Yeah, that was the only thing I was wrong about in that fight. And when I seen the way he dismantled Errol Spence, I felt bad for Errol, bro. I was like, God damn, bro. I was watching it. There was a point in that fight where I actually started rooting for Errol. That's how bad he was getting beat. I said, oh, yo, come on, Errol, get up, Errol. I'm like, did I say that? I'm like, wow. But, yeah, I think he's just a special dude. And I don't care if it's Canelo, whoever it is, I'm going for my boy Terence Crawford. Now, a lot of people going to say, he's too small. Well, yeah, that's a big jump up in weight, but I'll talk about that in another video. But I believe his team and him, they're smart enough to understand what they can handle. And I know early on after the Spence fight, they asked Bud on I think it was on the Breakfast Club interview, I think he did. And they asked him about that. He's like, about Canelo moving up. He's like, well, I know I can't beat everybody, but his weight class is for a reason. Now, somebody, you could chalk that up just to say, well, what made him change his mind so quick? Does he really feel he could beat Canelo? Or does he feel like he can't beat him, but he just gonna cash out with a big check and he want to test himself to see if he can handle Canelo? I think it's more about him testing himself. I don't think it's about him knowing for a fact he can beat him. I think he probably feel like, I think especially now, after Jamel's performance, he feel like he gotta perform in that ring now. Seeing how somebody he don't like got beat down like that and didn't hardly put up a fight, he feel like he gotta get in there and do better than Jamel. That's the competitive spirit of Terence Crawford. So I think it's a combination of reasons why he want to fight Canelo. I think it's to prove and push himself to the limit and to show everybody he's better than Jamel. And if he actually goes in there and beats Canelo on the cards, he gonna get props for that. If he goes in there and he stops Canelo Alvarez, man, that's gonna be epic, man. That's gonna be epic. So if he was to beat Canelo, either way, he's the man, bro. He get the belts, and he beat Canelo Alvarez. And he's a smaller guy. That's why it would be even better than the Beaver beating him. Because Beaver was bigger. So, but if he goes in there and whoops Canelo, man, I'm talking about beat him, knocks him down a few times, and maybe even knocks him out, I mean, come on, man. Like, what could you really say? He would shut people up, all the doubters again, like the people that was saying that Canelo was too small. You know, shit, Beevil couldn't even knock out Canelo, and this, that, and the third. You know, but he showed people wrong, and he proved people wrong with Canelo. I mean, with Spence, he proved people wrong down at 140. Even in the rest of the fights, when the people that said he couldn't beat, you know, he said Porter was going to be a hard fight. You know, shit like that. But I can't go against Bud ever. And that round 9 that I bet on him, that's my lucky number anyway. And I'm going to always bet on Bud for 9th round KO, rather it happens or not, because I'm going to always link that round to him. You know, but I'm never going against my guy. He too special, bro. And I feel like, for some reason, remember we always kept saying about Canelo, about the cherry picking going wrong. I made a video about this years ago. I never thought it would be potentially a Terence Crawford could be that cherry that go wrong. Because regardless to what y'all think, if he fights Terence Crawford, that is a cherry pick, bro. He's cherry picking Terence Crawford because he's using Crawford to duck David Benavidez. You want to fight smaller dude, even if he is calling you out, saying he would like to challenge, that's a cherry pick when you got dudes, you got your mandatory that been your mando for 2 years and you won't fight him. That's a cherry pick, man. And I think that is going to be the cherry that's going to go wrong. That might be bad for Canelo's career too, but at this point I don't think he cares, you know. But let me know how you feel about Bud and Canelo, man. I can't go against my God, man. Like Spence fans, like they'll bet if Canelo was fighting Errol Spence, you know they gonna go off the body shit. You know what I mean? Oh, he gonna tear up Errol's body. He gonna tear up Canelo's body. Bro, I remember they were talking about him fighting Canelo. I remember I made a video and I was like, man, y'all gonna get y'all boy Spence beat to a pulp, bro. Don't do it. That's because I never saw a special skill set in Errol Spence like I see in Terence Crawford. So it's a difference, man. If Terence wasn't even my guy and I saw him, I still would have to pick Bud over Canelo. And like I said, there's a reason why I'm picking Bud over Canelo, which I'll get to in probably the next video after this one. But anyway, we know what y'all think, man. Drop a comment, talk to me, man. This your boy, Rebel Life Boxing. I love y'all. Catch y'all later on the next one. And I'm off this.